Hello and welcome to another episode of Put Me in Coach. On episode 39, we're very close to get to 40 games in MLB season and stuff. And saying happy Mother's Days to all mother and stuff. I talked to my mother today and told her about happy Mother's Day and stuff. Um, so this is game 3 of the Diamondbacks versus Mets. This is kind of a do or die game situation, so let's talk about it. So lineup of today, James McCain as catcher, Jorge Barrosa playing center field, and Ryan Wolfsman playing left field. And Jose Fernandez actually came in to hit for Adrian Del Casio later on and stuff. But overall, it's pretty solid. There's not really a lot hitting and stuff. I would say there's negative hits of this game, but fortunately we won the game overall. Like, it's just, I think there was just key points of when we got not points, runs, I meant to say, and stuff. So, those are the most biggest thing, but overall, it's what it is. Pitching wise, have enough. Aurora Rodriguez, starting pitching today, he did good as well. He went 9 innings and stuff. This is probably the longest he'd been going before and stuff. I think this is like his first time doing it and stuff. He never shut out a game, never, go all the way and stuff. But he was fortunately short a little bit and stuff. He only gave up one base hit in the ninth, and that was basically it. And fortunately enough, went to bullpen. He gave 4 hits, struck out 4, walked 3, and gave up 1 run. So pretty good to just go all the way to the 9th inning. The Mets pitcher, it's Huascar Barazban. It's weird enough he got out of the game pretty early enough. He went 2 innings, gave up no hits, by the way. No strikeouts, walked 3, and no runs. But fortunately enough, there's a couple of pitchers came in and stuff. The only person I would actually know as name is probably David Peterson and stuff. Mostly David Peterson is a starter, so it's very interesting. He came later in the game and stuff, and then fortunately enough, that was the time when we hacked on some scoring and stuff. So mostly the bullpen, basically, the one give up runs when the Diamondbacks got some base hits. So that's why enough you don't see the bullpen for the Mets, because again, in a way, because there was another pitcher was between of the starting pitcher and David Peterson. So, and honestly, I forgot who his name is. I don't know this team very well. But yeah, so just very interesting. It's very odd enough. The manager for the Mets, he's odd, odd person. Like, I don't understand him and stuff. So there's a reason why their team is not doing so well. Because he's doing weird stuff. I don't understand why David Peterson was not the starting pitcher today. Like, why you didn't? Like, it's so weird enough of you don't really see starting pitchers don't start the game and stuff, and they come in later and stuff. I saw that 3 times before and stuff, and fortunately enough, that doesn't go so well. So you're kind of throwing the pitcher off a little bit by starting in a different inning and stuff. It's weird how it is and stuff, but it's what it is. And then obviously the bullpen for the Diamondbacks, Juan Morello, came in the 9th inning to basically close it out and stuff. He only gave up 1 hit and No strikes, 1 ball, and no runs and stuff. But he gave no hits. Just a ball, just a ball. I got the inning and the hits kind of confused and stuff, just the way it is. So yeah, obviously enough, pretty good. For pitching wise enough. Scoring, I'm actually gonna talk all the scoring this time and stuff. There's not a whole lot. Again, it's not. I think in the scoring it's a lot better for the Diamondbacks today, but just again, it was a very close, like, not a lot of scoring at this point and stuff. Ryan Wolfsmith hit a 2 RBI double to make it 2-0 bottom of the second. Luis Torrens hit a RBI double to make it 1-2 top of the sixth. Ryan Wolfsmith again with a RBI single to make it 3-1 bottom of the sixth. And then Kendall Marte hit a 2 RBI triple to make it 5-1 in bottom of the sixth. That is the final score, 5-1. Diamondbacks record is 19-20. We are one low of 500. It's pretty crazy now of it. We won our 6th series now and 7. This is the second time we beat the Mets in a series. So we're kind of 2-0 on the Mets right now in a series. So that's what we want to see. We want to win and stuff. Progress. Just keep hacking. I'm thinking, obviously enough. Marte came in, come clutch at the very end and stuff. Carroll, Perdomo, and stuff. I'm seeing a lot of walks and stuff. There's mostly some errors the Mets got as well, so that's why you don't really see that much of it in anything and stuff. But fortunately enough, we got some hits here and there. So that's what we like to see, coming in. We got to get on top anytime and stuff and win the game. So it matters enough of it's just, a 1-0 game or 2-0, 2-1 game or something like that, much closer. Just the matter enough of just get on top, but we want to get more runs so we don't get the opponent team to come back or anything and stuff. Just those are little details just to think about and stuff. Pitching wise enough, it's doing good. I have nothing wrong with pitching right now and stuff. So bullpen is doing obviously good. I get about like Juan Morello just came in and just pitched for 1 inning and stuff because Rodriguez went all the way to the 9th inning and didn't finish his job and stuff. So those are the most biggest things you gotta just look at and stuff. But overall, we just gotta keep at it. Next we're playing the Rangers, and I think we're going to their stadium in Texas. So honestly enough, what I currently know right now for the Rangers, they're a pretty good team and stuff. Fortunately, they beat us in the World Series in 2023. Don't like that, but we have beat them before, like after prime of the World Series and stuff. So we should be better over them and stuff. I don't know we have a better record over them and stuff. They're very close with us. They're in that range with the 500 average team and stuff. They got wins and loss and stuff. But overall, they can win. They have good players on that team. So hopefully we can progress on against them and stuff and show the Rangers enough of, just like, we won't forget about what happened in 2023 and stuff. I don't forget it and stuff. It's something I don't like, but it's kind of something aware enough of. I don't want to say like as a threat or a type of situation. I wouldn't say that because we don't want to say that. But like overall, like it's just like we just gotta do our best and just win and stuff. And I get about of it, but I guess what I'm trying to say is just get some revenge on the Rangers and stuff. So yeah, my words. I don't know. MVP for today on this podcast is Ryan Wolfsmith. He come clutch at like the most moments we need and stuff. He basically every single time he came up to play, it's like literally 2 outs and people on base and stuff. Like every single time, and basically he got 2 hits and stuff. He got a double and a single today, so he went 2 for 4, I believe. 2 for 4, yeah. So that's a bit huge one. We'd love to see him more and stuff. Great defense and stuff. Center field from yesterday and stuff. He looked like he's everywhere to get to the ball and stuff. Get to the range to catch the ball. He feels comfortable to be out in the outfield and stuff. This is the reason why we got him and stuff. It's kind of a bummer enough of seeing Alec Thomas not in the game anymore and stuff, but we got to progress enough to win and stuff, and for Alec Thomas not to doing anything special for us and stuff, I guess that's why enough of taking him out, but I'm excited to see Ryan every single time and stuff. I think he's our big prospect to come into the Diamondbacks and stuff. So hopefully we can see him. Hopefully he progress, and we just gotta be consistent on winning and stuff. So I think that's the most big thing and stuff. This is his first MVP on this podcast, so it's good for him and stuff. And we're gonna see more. So that is that. Hopefully you guys talk to your mothers and say Happy Mother's Day, and saying I love you and all these typical things. It's what it is. But hopefully enough, you guys enjoyed this episode. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.